Hello and welcome to the second to last regular season home game for the Everett Merchants as they face the team they are currently tied with for second place in the standings, the Northwest Honkers. Hello, I'm Sean O'Connor, the voice of the Everett Merchants. Brad Johnson gets the start for the Everett Merchants and faces off against Ryuya Inamoto, center fielder for the Northwest Honkers. First pitch on the way is a called ball outside, and we are underway. Brad Johnson, 2 appearances on the season, 1 start. He's thrown 6 innings where he's given up 4 runs, all earned on 4 hits, 5 walks, 4 strikeouts, no record, and a 6.00 ERA. Pitches fouled off. 1-1. Inamoto on the year, .373 batting average in 19 games played, 5 doubles, 12 RBIs, also has 9 walks, and 19 stolen bases to only 4 caught stealing, so a running threat should he get aboard. He's behind 1-2. Honkers, one of the more potent offenses in the PIL. 11 players with a batting average over 300, another right of 295, and a behind the back snag. Brad Johnson take a bow, and there's one away. Put a star in your scorebook for Brad Johnson.
When the other team says that, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yoni Kura now climbs in, second baseman for the Northwest Honkers. .427 batting average on the season. Brad Johnson deals a swing and a miss for strike 1. And a called strike 0-2. Good efficient start for Brad Johnson. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. 3 pitch strikeouts to Abel Gonzalez.
Now batting number 10, Abel Gonzalez.
Or rather, Abel Gonzalez now climbing up. Second lefty batter we've seen today. Inamoto batting from the left side, as is Gonzalez. Gonzalez playing third, batting .415 in PIL play. Here's the pitch. It's a ball outside. It's a tight strike zone tonight. Give you a tour of the Merchants infield. New look infield tonight as Aaron Barber not a part of this lineup. Jack Johnson, Aiden Van Rinsum, Braden Lenberg, and Will Heron from left to right in the infield. As this ball is lined and will get down into the gap. Fisher off to cut it off. And it'll be just a single with 2 away for Abel Gonzalez.
Now batting number 28, Hayden Matre.
We'll bring up Hayden Matre, the DH, .396 batting average. This Honker lineup does not ever let up. Keaton Fisher, Jordan Justice, and Kai Alberghini from left to right in the outfield. And your starting battery for the Merchants, Brad Johnson and gunner Shotani. Matre bats with 1 on and 2 away. Pitch is a called ball, missing somewhere. To maybe be a hair inside. Swing and a miss. On deck, big lefty first baseman Cameron Padron. It's fouled straight back into the screen, 1-2. Tanner Braun is the counterpart tonight to Brad Johnson. We'll see him in the bottom half of the frame. Merchants and Honkers both a game and a half behind the Seattle Blackfins. Both have a few games in hand as this ball fouled straight down, and we'll do it again. Merchants 9-4, Northwest Honkers 10-5. So even a loss here, the Merchants would still control their destiny to pass the Honkers again. As give everyone a second. Dub C Fish Sticks also tied for second place. They're also 10-5. 5 games back of the Blackfins, the Seattle Cheney Studs, down to 6-8 on the season, splitting the doubleheader with the Merchants on Sunday. Redmond Dudes down at 6-13, and the Gumbaroos still sitting at 0-14 in their first campaign in the PIL. Ball low and away, gets away, and the runner advancing on the wild pitch. Gumbaroos have not played a non-conference game this year. Only team in the PIL that has not played a non-conference opponent. A bit of a strange strategy in their first campaign. Be interested to see what that team does next year with a full off-season as a PIL franchise. Gonzalez dances and time called by Cameron Padron. Johnson inside fills the count at 3-2. Very, very short bench and bullpen for the Merchants, as a number of players participating in an all-star game. Gonzalez taking a large secondary lead, and it's a call! Strike 3 at the knees! Brad Johnson faces one more than the minimum and picks up 2 strikeouts as the Honkers strand a man on at second base. We head to the home first inning. The Honkers nothing, and the Merchants coming up. Welcome back. Bottom of the first inning. Scoreless tie in Everett. Northwest Honkers and the Everett Merchants battling for second place in the PIL and the right to be only a game behind the Seattle Blackfins with a few weeks left to play. A called strike on leadoff man Jordan Justice against starter Tanner Braun for the Northwest Honkers. Braun on the season, 4 appearances, only 2 starts. 15 in the third innings pitched as this ball grounded foul. And, an error by Bo Blacken. First of the season for the third base coach. 19 runs given up in those 15 in the third innings, only 13 earned on 17 hits, 11 walks and 13 strikeouts, an 0-2 record, and a 7.63 ERA. High chopper to third. Gonzalez has it. Got to be quick. The throw over is not in time. Infield single for leadoff man and center fielder Jordan Justice. Climbing in, Gunnar Shotani, catcher for the Everett Merchants, getting a well-deserved promotion up the ranks of the batting order. Shotani batting .400 this year, an on-base percentage of .471. Well-earned promotion to the number 2 hole in the lineup. First pitch he sees will bounce in for ball 1. Merchants, after Gunnar Shotani, has Kai Alberghini hitting third in right field. Third baseman Jack Johnson hits next, followed by Will Heron at the first baseman. Keaton Fisher in left will bat sixth. As the left field, or the third base umpire telling the Honkers that they can't have chairs outside the dugout, so they'll move them behind the fence. It's an interesting stoppage of play that probably should have been caught before the bottom of the first inning if it was an issue. Keaton Fisher hits sixth in left field. Aiden Van Rinsum hitting seventh. He'll be the shortstop. Cade Westerland's getting an at-bat as a designated hitter. He's been swinging the bat well. And batting ninth is Braden Lundberg at second base as a line drive base hit into left field. Puts runners on first and second with nobody out here in the home first.
Now batting number 19, Kai Alberghini.
Kai Alberghini climbs in, hitting third tonight for the Merchants. .391 batting averages, 4 doubles, 2 homers, and 11 RBIs. Merchants looking to strike first here early as still nobody out. A slow breaking ball. It's a called strike. Just a breaking ball that you expect these Merchants power hitters to sit on. See what they can do here. Offensive showdown tonight is expected. We'll see who strikes first. This pitch is grounded hard past the glove of Gonzalez at third base. They're going to send the runner Justice. No, throw home. RBI single for Kai Alberghini. Will get the scoring started early. It's 1-0 Merchants.
Now batting number 24, Jack Johnson.
Nobody out for Jack Johnson. 2 on here in the home first inning. Merchants striking first. 1 run on 3 hits. Honkers picked up a hit in the first inning, but stranded their runner at second base. Tanner Braun from the stretch. He delivers. This pitch is well low, bounces in. Good stop by Lindgren will keep everyone at their base. On deck, Will Heron. Jack Johnson batting .410 on the season. 4 doubles, a triple, 9 RBIs. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 2, 2-0. Every game massively important as the Merchants get ready for the first PIL tournaments in quite some time. Seeds 2 through 4 are currently tied. Merchants, is that a hot shot foul ball towards the Merchants dugout. Everyone gets out of the way. That ball trickles towards the outfield. And play will resume as Braden Lundberg will go after that baseball. 7-team tournament coming up for the Merchants and the rest of the PIL teams. Everett currently a game and a half behind the first seed. They control their destiny for that spot, but would like to secure some wins against these other teams tied for second, as they could fall all the way to 4th in this tournament. Foul tip for strike 2. 2-2 the count. Jack Johnson leads the team in batting average among qualified hitters. Only Bo Blacken's 1 for 2 night in Grand Forks keeps him from holding the title outright. Here's the pitch. Slow breaking ball. It's a little low. And that's a brave take. I thought it was in there. Full count payoff coming with nobody out and runners on first and second base. Merchants with a golden opportunity to pile on here against a pitcher that struggled this season. ERA over 8 now with that earned run. Here's the pitch. It's a good fly ball. Inamoto on the run. He's looking up, and it is off the Fred Meyer sign in center field and trickles away. Jack Johnson's going to stop at second base. That's going to score 2 runs. Bases clearing double for Jack Johnson. Extends the lead. 3 runs here in the top of, or the bottom of the first inning, and still nobody out.
Now batting number 37, Will Heron.
And this is the Merchant offense. Harold Pyatt's been missing the last week or so. Will Heron climbs in. First baseman for the Merchants tonight. Heron batting .281, 10 RBIs, 8 doubles, and a home run this season. He's also walked 8 times, so good plate discipline. This pitch is a called strike. Let's hope this home plate umpire settles in a little bit. Finds a consistent zone. A little early in the game to expand the zone. Left side shifted slightly towards the line and a swing and a miss, 0-2. Still nobody out. Keaton Fisher on deck. He'll be followed by Van Rinsum. Tanner Braun, only 15 pitches, but he's given up 4 consecutive hits to start the game. 0-2, upstairs and in, 1-2. Merchants managed by Harold Pyatt. Sentence that could have been said for the last half century. But Harold will coach his final regular season home game as the runner goes. Swing and a miss. The throw down to third is in the left field, but backed up nicely by Yackley. So a strikeout for Will Heron and a stolen base for Jack Johnson.
Now batting number 33, Keaton Fisher.
Keaton Fisher climbs in with 1 away and a runner on third base. 3-0 the Merchants in the bottom of the first inning. Harold Pyatt coaching his second to last regular season home contest tonight, and he has to like what he sees as a lefty. Keaton Fisher climbs in and takes a high ball. Count is 1-0. Fisher batting right at .333. 2 doubles, a triple, 2 homers, and 12 RBIs, second best on the team. A called strike will even the count. Any ground ball or a fly ball with any depth at all will add another run for the Merchants, as they have quite the offensive explosion here in the first, and it would have been, in most seasons, one of their better offensive innings of the year, but Merchants, with 4 innings in the GFI alone of at least 5 runs, including a 10-run inning in the final group stage game against the Seattle Studs, a 20-5 win to secure the top spot in that group. 2-2, 1 away. This ball popped up in the infield. Yackley over Yonakura, but it will be Yackley for out number 2.
Now batting number 19, Aiden Van Rinsum.
2 away, runner on at third base for Van Rinsum. Aiden batting .262 on the season with a double, a homer, and a triple. 7 RBIs. He's walked 2 times. Here's the pitch. It's a called strike. Jack Johnson at third base. Merchants on top, 3-0. Bottom of the first inning. This pitch is fouled off. Oh, 2 two-way. Runner on at third base. Merchants have pushed 3 across, looking for more. Here's the pitch. It's sky high. Fair ball. Inamoto drifting in from center field and making the play for out number 3. But the Merchants pick up 3 runs on 4 base hits and leave a man at third base. When we come back, Merchants on top of the Honkers by a score of 3-0. Welcome back to Everett. Brad Johnson working with some run support here. 3-0 Merchants. As Cameron Padron climbs in to face Brad Johnson and takes a called strike on the outside corner. You know, after about a half an inning of a pretty narrow strike zone, the home plate umpire settling in with a bit of a wider zone, but so far somewhat consistent, as that's a spoiled foul ball down the first base line. It's not a terrible zone if it's called consistently there. A bit wider than probably the legal zone is, but we'll take it. No runs on a single hit for the Honkers. 3 runs on 4 hits for the Merchants. Padron, one of the few Honkers batting below 300 on the season. His power offense has been showing up all year, and he's batting .295. So if that one gets through, which it will, a base hit, that likely puts him over 300. So the Honkers get the leadoff man aboard on a little seeing eyes single up the left side. It'll bring up Kendall Yackley. Shortstop for the Northwest Honkers. Batting .321 on the season, 1 double, 2 triples, 2 homers, and 10 RBIs. A running threat as well. Or looking at the wrong line, but still a bit of a running threat. 5 stolen bases to 1 caught stealing. This pitch low and inside for ball 1. Brad Johnson stranded a man at second base in the first. Got aboard on a single and a stolen base. Looking to work around a single in this inning as well. Difference is there were 2 outs when he let a man aboard in the first. 1-1 the count. Ground ball. Jack Johnson's got it. On to second for 1. On to first. In time. 5-4-3 double play. Just what the doctor ordered. As Harold Pyatt really mentioning how valuable Jack Johnson was in the pregame meeting when we were making the lineup today. He mentioned how impressed he's been with his third base defense. Didn't want to move him anywhere else and built tonight's defensive lineup around Jack Johnson playing the hot corner. Quite the compliment for a young player. Will Sell, left fielder, takes the ball low, 1-0. Sell batting .323 on the season, 6 doubles, 3 triples, 15 RBIs, 12 stolen bases. So there's your running threat. If you're the Merchants, watch out if this guy gets aboard. 1-0 is sky high foul, and it's going to trail out of play. 1-1. 1-1, 2 away. Base is clear for Brad Johnson. Here's the pitch. Ooh, good breaking pitch, but missing inside. 2-1. Cade Westerland will lead off in the bottom of the second. This pitch up and in. 3-1. Shallow bullpen for the Merchants tonight. And this pitch, called strike. Every out important. Every pitch important tonight for the Merchants starter. Merchants have Chrisman, Piper, and Gabe Smith, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. And that will retire the side. A double play helps Johnson face the minimum. We head to the bottom of the second. Merchants on top, 3-0. Welcome back. Home second. Cade Westerland leading off against Tanner Braun, who got rocked a bit in the home first. First pitch, Westerland swinging and a miss. Well ahead of that one. Westerland will be followed by Braden Lenberg, and back to leadoff man Jordan Justice. Merchants started the bottom of the first inning with 4 straight hits, driving in 3 runs and leaving a man on at third base. That pitch missing, 1-1. Westerland batting .231, but swinging the bat well as of late. This pitch is a called strike of the knees. As we mentioned, Merchants working with a shallow bullpen tonight. The 1-2 pitch on the way inside 2-2. Chrisman, Piper, and Smith available tonight out of the bullpen. Those are the only true pitchers we've seen this season for the Merchants that are available. 2-2 on the way. It's a ball inside, fills the count at 3-2. Good friend Soup is available too, out of the Mexican minor league system, or actually as well as some American minor league teams as well. He's been around the minor leagues a bit as this ball lifted sky high. Sell in and will make the play in left field for out number 1. If needed, Van Rinsum or Jack Johnson can also take the mound. Braden Lenberg hitting 9th tonight, second leadoff man in a sense. Get a speedster in front of Jordan Justice, see what he can do. 1 away here in the home second. Tanner Braun at 31 pitches through an inning and a third. Here's the pitch. It's a bouncing ball low. 1-0. Bo Blacken coaching over at third base. Corey Ackles at first. And Josh Berry managing the pitching staff. 2-0, ball missing inside. On deck, Jordan Justice 1 for 1. Here's the 2-0. A called strike on the inside part of the plate. 2-1. Honkers will send Jaden Yackley to lead off in the top of the third. Hitting 8th tonight. Here's the 2-1. It's a ground ball. Base hit up the middle. Just like you draw it up. Single straight up the middle. Just to the left of Yackley at short. And there'll be a man on at first base with 1 away. 5th hit of the ball game. Bo Blacken's mentioned a few times this season he's hoping his team will achieve 10 hits every game. That's this floor for this offense in his opinion, and Merchants are halfway there with only 1 out in the second. This pitch is well hit into left. Jordan Justice is going to get a base hit down the line, and back to second base is Braden Lundberg. As a good throw in by Sell from left field will hold everybody to only a bag. 2 on, 1 away for Gunnar Shotani.
Now batting for 14, Gunnar Shotani.
Merchant offense is cooking here early. 3 runs on 6 hits, 2 aboard, and only 1 away. This pitch is taken for a called strike. Looks to be a hair off the plate, but Merchants are going to have to swing a little more aggressively at some of those borderline pitches. Does not seem to be hampering their offense so far. 0-1. Braun comes home. It's a well-hit ball to center field. Inomoto looking up. He'll make the play. Tagging, but staying put is Braden Lundberg, and there's 2 away. In comes Kai Alberghini, Merchant right fielder. Drove in the first run of the ballgame back in the first inning on an RBI single to left. Corey Ackles relaying a few signs to Jordan Justice. Here's the pitch. Well hit ball to left, but Sell has it in his tracks and will make the play for out number 3. Merchant strand a pair. We head to the top of the third inning, And the Honkers trail the Merchants 3-0. Welcome back. We play the top of inning number 3. Jaden Yackley leading off. Facing Merchant starter Brad Johnson, who has pitched extremely well. 2 scoreless innings. This ball popped foul and a good run, but not quite enough time for Will Heron to make the play. It's 0-1. Johnson pitching a scoreless inning or 2 scoreless innings with 29 pitches. That was his 30th there. 2 hits and 3 strikeouts. Johnson's pitch is swung on and missed, quickly 0-2. Johnson has been working from behind a bit in counts, so good to see him getting a few strikes on the board first. Here's the 0-2. It's a little low. Not sure Jaden Yackley thought that was going to miss, but it broke a little bit at the end. On deck, Tommy Lindgren, catcher for the Honkers. Jaden Yackley hitting only .213 on the year. Here's the pitch. Bounces in, 2-2. Johnson. This one's lifted. Could be dangerous, but there and to make the play is Lundberg for out number 1.
Now batting number 16, Tommy Nukes.
Tommy Lindgren climbs in a .266 batting average. For the Honkers, he's hitting in the 9-hole today. Lindgren, they call him Tommy Nukes, only 1 home run in 26 games. This pitch is called strike. Johnson working quickly. Here's the 0-1. It's fouled off quickly, 0-2. Oh, 2, 1 away. Base is clear. Here's the pitch. It's low and inside. 1-2. On deck, Ryuya Inamoto. Center fielder 0 for 1. Shadows descending across the mound. Pitcher should have the advantage for the next inning or so. This pitch upstairs. 2-2. Honkers in their green and white caps, white tops, or rather green tops and white bottoms. Merchants in their black and blue hats, black tops, white pants. This ball, a little flare shot in the left field. It's going to drop down in front of Fisher for a base hit. Easy single for Lindgren as he throws his bat at that ball, and we'll bring up Ryuya Enomoto erased on a highlight reel play behind the back for Brad Johnson for the first out of the ball game. Brad Johnson will work from the stretch. Lindgren, big secondary lead, misses outside, 1-0. Breaking ball, catches the zone, 1-1. Hiroaki Yonakura, second baseman, up next. Here's the pitch. Runner goes, fouled off. And a bit surprised to see Lindgren trying to steal. 2 stolen bases to 1 caught stealing on the year. Not normally a threat to run. So you must think Brad Johnson's approach to the plate is just slow enough for him to get a jump. This ball fouled off. Ooh. And hits a spectator. Take a quick pause. Catch to check on that spectator. He's all right. It's time called, but the gentleman appears to be okay. You can hear that from up here. That was a scary sounding ball. That throw over, not in time. Low and away, 2-2. Now the route to first base. This Tommy Lindgren's steal attempt might have gotten in the head of Brad Johnson just a little bit. 2-2, 1 away. Visitor third. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, fills the count at 3-2. Runner goes. This pitch is fouled down the line, and we'll do it again. Brad Johnson's been all or nothing this season. 4 innings of shutout baseball against the Slag Dusters in 1 appearance, and his other appearance was against these Honkers. Pitched 2 innings and gave up 4 runs. This ball is lined to center field. Going to be a play at first base. The throw back is in time. What a play! As Tommy Lindgren is caught not watching the baseball, and that will end the inning. When we come back, home first, or rather home third. Merchants lead the Honkers 3-0. Welcome back. Bottom of the third inning. Jack Johnson leading off for the Merchants. RBI double to center field, picking up 2 RBIs back in the home first. 3-0 Merchants. 3 runs on 6 hits, no errors. Honkers 3 runs yet to score. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. 0-1. On deck, Will Heron 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Slow breaking ball missing upstairs, 1-1. Despite the offense for the Merchants, only 41 pitches for starter Tanner Braun. You'd expect it to be a bit worse than that. This pitch, swing and a miss. Time called. Jack Johnson will step out. On deck is Will Heron, Keaton Fisher in the hole. The 1-2 on the way. It's upstairs, 2-2. Two pitch from Braun, and it is hit hard into the glove. Going to be a tough play. The throw to first is not in time. Another infield single for the Merchants, second of the game. And Jack Johnson 2 for 2. Hard hit double and an infield single for the Gold Glove third baseman. He doesn't actually have a Gold Glove. We're going to give him one anyways. The PIL had a defensive team. He would certainly be on it. As Will Heron climbs in. Man on first base, nobody out. Here in the home third. This pitch is popped straight up. Yanakura will pull it in for out number 1.
Now batting number 33, Keaton Fisher.
Keaton Fisher popped out to short back in the first inning. See if the middle third of this order can get something going. This ball is a well-hit ball to center field, dying, and it will get down for a base hit in front of Inamoto. A wise hold by Jack Johnson. A single to center will keep the line moving, and I'll tell you what, that ball almost getting past Inamoto there. Weird hop. He did good to knock that one down and keep the Merchants where they were. Van Rinsum climbs in. He flew out sharply to center field to end the first. Chance to pick up an RBI here with only 1 away and runners on first and second base. See if he can pull one here. And he hits one well into the gap in left center field. It's going to bang off the wall on one bounce. It's going to score 2 runs. Fisher digging. And Aiden Van Rinsum's going to get the way of a stop sign at third. Stand-up triple for Aiden Van Rinsum. Great hitting for the Merchants up and down this order. And there's a man on at third with only 1 away. Fly ball anywhere for the Merchants and Cade Westerlund, and the Merchants would add another run here. 5-0, only a hit shy of Bo Blacken's target of 10 hits. As that ball foul tipped. Bo Blacken wants his team to pick up 10 runs, or rather 10 hits. In every game they play, they're at 9 through 2 1/3. Merchants scored double-digit runs with some frequency in the first month of the season, struggling a bit offensively since returning from the GFI as that ball fouled away. But this is a great sign for things to come as we enter the final stretch and tournament season at the end of the month. A few Merchant pitchers warming up. I believe that's Soup out there. Miroslav Lovda. This ball inside, 1-2. Braden Lundberg on deck, 1 for 1. And in the hole, Jordan Justice, a big 2 for 2 night for the center fielder, pair of singles. Here's the 1-2. It's inside, 2-2. 51 pitches for Tanner Braun. 35 strikes, but a lot of those have been base hits. Harold Pyatt and Josh Perry have to be sighing in relief right now as the Merchants pitching staff a bit thin tonight. Run support only helping their cause. Van Rinsum bluffing down the line. This ball foul tip into the glove. A bit of a lackluster strikeout call there, but that is strike number 3. Cade Westerland down on strikes. That'll bring up Braden Lindbergh. Called strike on Lindbergh, 0-1. Two-way. Base hit would score the 6th run of the game for the Merchants as Van Rinsum stands at third. This pitch is a called strike, 0-2. From the stretch, 0-2, and it's well hit down the line. Braden Lindbergh's foul into the bullpen. Just foul, and we'll do it again. Oh, boy. Jack Johnson, or rather, Jordan Justice handing Lindbergh back his bat. 0-2. Tanner Braun struggling. See if the Merchants can knock him out of this game as a pitcher warming up for the Honkers in the bullpen. That ball missing, 1-2. Looks like it's Nate Rasmussen out there, 15. One and two. Here's the pitch. It's fouled off. Merchants looking to just pile on here. You never know how many runs you're going to need, especially with the lineup as loaded as these Honkers. The 1-2 upstairs, 2-2. Two away. Van Rinsum on at third. This pitch is a called strike 3, and that'll end the threat. Merchants pick up a pair of runs and leave a man at third base. We head to the visiting 4th inning. Merchants on top, 5-0. Welcome back. Top of the 4th inning. Brad Johnson back on the bump for the Merchants. Facing Yonakura, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Brad Johnson delivers a swinging strike. 0-1. 47 pitches through 3 innings of work for Johnson, 29 strikes. 3 hits, 3 strikeouts. As this ball is lined into right field, it's going to get down in front of Alberghini for a base hit. They think about testing the arm, but he thinks better of it. Lead off single for the Honkers. Bring up Abel Gonzalez.
Batting number 10, Abel Gonzalez.
Abel poked a single into left field in the first. Moved to first. Good one, but not in time. Sun right in the eyes of the first base umpire. Shouldn't be an issue for much longer. Shadow is no longer an issue between the pitcher and batters. This pitch missing 1-0. Another move to first. Ooh, that one nearly getting away. Good stop by Heron. No errors yet in the game for either side. And a balk called. Wow. And they must have said Johnson never got set. It looks pretty quick. Looked pretty quick to the plate, and Josh Berry nodded in agreement there. So he likes the call. Foul tip, 1-1. First block of the season by Merchants pitchers, as far as I'm aware. First one at home for sure. And a fly ball could be dangerous, but in left, Fisher's there to make the play for out number 1. In climbs Hayden Matre, called out on strikes in the first. Padron on deck, he's 1 for 1. Brad Johnson looking to continue this stellar outing. 52 pitches, 33 strikes through 3 1/3. Runner goes, it's a called strike, throw down, and it is in time! 2-5 caught stealing. What a throw. It was a bad break by Yonakura. And there's 2 away. Have a night, Gunner Shotani. And they'll let Yonakura go back to his dugout. He was standing by the on-deck circle for the Merchants. Johnson will work from the wind now with no one on. The 0-1 is upstairs, 1-1. Brad Johnson having to sprint to the bag to catch that ball and apply the tag, and a great play all the way around by the Merchants. Foul ball 1-2. It's Johnson, a pretty respectable 55 pitches. Was never expected to go super deep in this game in terms of innings, and a swing and a miss for strike 3, and that'll retire the side. 4th strikeout of the afternoon for Brad Johnson. We head to the home 5th. Merchants on top of the Honkers by a score of 5-0. Welcome back. Bottom of the 5th inning. Merchants on top by a score of 5-0. Or excuse me, we are in the 4th inning. Not sure how I got an inning ahead there. Sorry, folks. Bottom 4. Slow breaking ball missing inside by Nate Rasmussen, new pitcher for the Northwest Honkers. Rasmussen yet to appear in a game for the Northwest Honkers, making his PIL debut here in 2023. Pitch missing outside, 2-0. Jordan Justice 2 for 2, a pair of singles. Infield single to third in the first to lead off the game, and a single out into left. He scored a run back in the 1st inning. Called strike. Close the book on Tanner Braun. He's in line for the loss. Gave up 5 runs all earned on 9 hits, no walks, 3 strikeouts, and 69 pitches. Excuse me, 59 pitches. So that pitch missing inside, 3-1. Yeah. 3-1 pitch, spoiled foul. Payoff coming. Payoff pitch on the way from Rasmussen. Bounces in. Ball 4. Leadoff walk for Jordan Justice, who's gone aboard all 3 times he's come to bat. It'll bring up Gunnar Shotani. Singled and scored back in the first, flew out to center in the second, and made a tremendous throw to third base to get Yona Kura trying to steal third with only 1 away. Gave Brad Johnson a bit of a break with his pitch counts. This pitch is low, 1-0. Only 2 strikes in his first 7 pitches for Rasmussen. Pretty mild lead for Justice, and a move back anyways. Plenty of time. Koriaklis checking some time to home times. Stopwatch first base, good information to get with the new pitchers. This ball is low. 2-0. On deck is Kai Alberghini and Jack Johnson behind him. Merchants, 7 batters with a hit, 9 total hits in the contest. 2-0. Good lead for Justice. Here's the pitch. It's a well-hit ball to center field. Looking up is Inamoto. Looking up, and he will not make the play. It gets all the way to the wall. Sell will be there to back it up. The throw is cut off by Kendall Yackley, and another run crosses the plates. Merchants now on top, 6-0 on their 10th hit of the game. It's a double by Gunnar Shotani, 2 for 3 on his first game, batting second in the lineup. We might see him there more often if he keeps this up. Kai Alberghini climbs in 1 for 2. Gunnar Shotani has been a revelation for this Merchant offense this season. Batting .400 on the year, entering tonight's contest. And a .441 on base percentage. That ball upstairs, 1-0. Both those numbers improving after tonight, as he's 2 for 3. Here's the pitch. Well hit, but well foul down the third base line. 1-1. One is a called strike. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Merchants on top, 6-0. This pitch is a spoiled foul down the first base line. We'll do it again. Ball low, 2-2. What do you think? Coach George Farron for leaving a comments. Reads, nice play, Gunner. Let's go, Murchies. And Gunner Shotani having a great night. Merchant Offense having a great night. We'd like to welcome you to leave your comments, and we'll get to as many as we can. Pop fly, and that will be Padron out in shallow right to make the play for out number 2. Or rather, out number 1. Jack Johnson climbs in, single and a double. Pair of RBIs, and he scored a run in the 3rd. Big opportunity to add on here. Merchants can never have enough runs. You never know what's going to happen. This ball well away. A good stop by Lindgren. One 0 is low and in away. Top of the lineup has been potent for the Merchants. 7 hits in 10 at-bats. Throwing a walk. 3-0 now. Rasmussen, 18 pitches. Only 7 strikes. On deck is Will Heron, but first things first, 3-0 pitch is swung through and missed. 3-1. That one missed well low and inside, but bailed out by a swinging strike. Let's see what Jack Johnson can do now. 3-1. Here he comes. Up and in. Ball 4. Didn't matter that he chased Scout aboard anyways.
Now batting number 37, Will Heron.
Will Heron 0 for 2, looking to join the party and get aboard. He'd be the 8th merchant of the night to do so, and we're only in the 4th. Ground ball foul, and Bo deflects that one into the Merchant dugout. We won't give him an error on that one. He already had his first of the season earlier tonight. One of the more sure-handed third base coaches you'll see in the PIL. From the stretch, Rasmussen, 2 on, 1 away, 1-0 the count to Heron, and he'll step off and chase Shotani back to the bag. Coach Farron, we agree. Gunner is indeed the man. Over 400 OBP and batting average, impressive. Yes, he's been excellent this season. A great addition to this Merchant team, and a well-hit ball, but caught by Sell for out number 2. Will Heron, bit of bad luck there, as he is retired. There's 2 away for Keaton Fisher.
Now batting number 33, Keaton Fisher.
Keaton Fisher playing left field tonight. It's primarily a first baseman designated hitter, but Harold Pyatt wanted to get a few more bats in the lineup for tonight's contest, and this one spoiled foul, and it'll get into the stands. Walk out. Fisher 1 for 2 tonight, scored a run on a single back in the 3rd. Decent breeze blowing out towards center field with a little bit of bend towards right in it as this ball fouled off down the first base line. Van Rinsum on deck. Merchant 6 runs on 10 hits, no errors. No runs, 4 hits, and no errors for the Honkers. Bottom of the 4th inning. Here's the pitch. It's a little blooper, and it is going to be caught on the fly. Kendall Yackley in shallow center field for the out. Merchants add a run and leave 2 men aboard. We head to the top half of the 5th inning. 6-0 Merchants. Welcome back. Cameron Padron will lead things off here in the top of inning number 5. Merchants on top big, 6-0. And a bit of a delay. Now back in play. Brad Johnson winds and delivers. The pitch is outside for ball 1. Brad Johnson with a shutout start so far. He's pitched well. 4 hits, no walks, 4 strikeouts, and no Honkers runs. This ball fouled away 1-1. Kendall Yackley on deck, followed by Will Sell. Cameron Padron is 1 for 1. Was erased on a double play back in the second. It's a ground ball to first. Herron's there, makes the play for out number 1.
Now batting for Kendall Yackley.
3 unassisted. Gonna bring up Kendall Yackley. Yackley grounded into that double play that erased Cameron Padron. Ground ball back to Brad Johnson, trickles through, and not going to be able to make the play. And we're going to charge an error there to Aiden Van Rinsum. Entering the inning, Brad Johnson had faced only 1 more than the minimum. Help of a couple double plays and a caught stealing. First pitch missing to Will Sell, 1-0. Ball inside, 2-0. Move to first, not in time. Next pitch will be 64, or rather 63 for Brad Johnson. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. On deck, Jaden Yackley. Honkers have a man aboard on the Aiden Van Rinsum error. It's a tight play. Could have been called either way, but I think Van Rinsum had the play if he was able to glove that. It's called strike. Popped it up down the line, and that one's going to harmlessly get into the stands. We'll do it again. Move to first. It's a pretty good one, but back in plenty of time is Yackley. It's a high chopper. This could be 2. Shovel on to second for 1. On to first, not in time, but a great play by Lundberg to get the out at second base. Just kind of tossed that ball out of his glove. It's going to be a fielder's choice. 4-6 the putout. That could have been a pretty double play, but not quite enough time to get it on to first base. Jaden Yackley up to bat. Flew out to Braden Lundberg at second. This pitch is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. I'd like to thank you all for watching this presentation of Everett Merchants Baseball. Final broadcast of the season is tomorrow. Fish Sticks versus Merchants. Another battle between those three teams tied for second place. Could be a pivotal game down the stretch as our regular season home schedule ends, as does our broadcasting schedule for this season. There's a chance we add a couple games on the road. We'll let you know as we go. The 1-0 pitch inside, 2-0. Johnson 1 for 4 on first pitch strikes this inning. He's fall behind 2-0 here. This ball grounded foul. 2-1. A little too hot for Martin Lawrence to handle over there at third base. It's 2-1. Brad Johnson from the stretch. Here's the pitch. It's a fly ball pop out. Foul. Man, those balls hit hard on those stands. Two away. Man on at first base. Merchants lead the Honkers 6-0. This pitch is well away. We'll see a payoff pitch. And Will Sell will be flying. Great speed on. Will Sell 12 stolen bags, only 3 caught stealings. He's going to be free to fly on a payoff. Sell takes off. This pitch is popped up. It's going to get out of play. And it's in play. It came back a bit. Shotani couldn't quite get to it. But a foul ball will do it again. Payoff pitch coming from Brad Johnson. 73rd pitch. Called! Strike 3 on the outside part of the plate. Brad Johnson, 5th strikeout of the evening. He's faced 2 over the minimum. We head to the home 5th inning. Merchants on top of the Honkers, 6-0. Welcome back, top, or rather bottom of the 5th inning. Merchants lead the Honkers 6-0. 6 runs on 10 hits, 1 error. Charged to this man, Van Ransom. No runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Honkers. Van Rinsum 1 for 2 with a stand-up 2 RBI triple back in the third. Here's the wind, and Rasmussen's pitch skips in 2-0. Cade Westerlund on deck, one of 2 men without a hit for the Everett Merchants. See if he can get aboard. Van Rinsum turns on this one. Sell looking up, and he'll make the play at the warning track for out number 1. Hard ballpark to hit one out.
Now batting number 35, Cade Westerlund.
Westerlund climbs in 0 for 2 with a strikeout. As we mentioned, 7 Merchants have base hits tonight. Westerlund one of the 2 without one. Here's the pitch. It's a called strike. Ground ball to third. Gonzalez with it. The throw over, and it is in time. The throw was a bit down the line, but able to hold the tag, or rather hold his foot on the bag, was Padron. Super tall, lanky lefty first baseman helps in that situation a bunch. And 2 away, Braden Lundberg climbs in. Merchants have had at least 2 men aboard in every inning so far. See if that trend continues here, and that pitch is a called strike. Lundberg 1 for 2. Inside 1-1. And another inside pitch, 2-1. And that one's fouled over to Corey Ackles, who makes a bit of a business decision at the last moment to not go for that one. Jeered a bit by his players. It was a bit of a knuckleball. 2-2, 2 away. Nobody on here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Merchants have got at least 2 aboard in the first 4 innings. No one on yet. This pitch is somewhere off the plate. Fills the count at 3-2. Might have been away. (3-2). Here's the pitch. It's a sky-high fly ball. Inamoto charging in. Sell, and it'll be Inamoto in shallow left center field. 1-2-3 go the Merchants for the first time tonight. When we come back, top of the 6th inning, Honkers trailing by 6. Welcome back. Top of the 6th inning. Tommy Lindgren leading off for the Northwest Honkers. 9-hole hitter singled and was erased in a double play in his only appearance. Brad Johnson on the mound for the Merchants, and that pitch missing inside, 1-0. Well hit ball to center field, charging and making the play on the dive is Jordan Justice. What a play in center field. Jordan Justice take a bow. One away for the Honkers. Ryuna Inamoto up. 1-3 ground out on a great play by Brad Johnson and a double play in center field. It's a swing and a miss. National League defeating the American League in the All-Star game by a score of 3-2. Pitch missing away, 1-1. Julio Rodriguez 0 for 1 in the game with a strikeout. He also reached on a walk. Is that pitch missing? 2-1 the count. George Kirby allowed an earned run on 2 hits in an inning of work. As this pitch is fouled off sharply. 2-2. And Castillo not making an appearance despite being selected to the All-Star game. Interested to hear the story there. These managers work hard to get every player in. The 2-2 on the way. It's outside, 3-2. Payoff pitch coming, and it's a high chopper. Lundberg's got it. The throw across, and it is in time. Great play by Lundberg to get the outs, and there's 2 away.
Now batting number 6, Hiroaki Yonakura.
Yonakura climbs in 1 for 2 with the strikeout. He was out on a caught stealing at third base back in the 4th. Here's the pitch. Ooh, up and in. Ball 1. Scary pitch there. Inside, 2-0. Outside, 3-0. Second 3-ball count of the inning. Johnson, that misses inside. 4-pitch walk issue to Yonakura. They bring up Abel Gonzalez with 2 away and a man on.
Now batting number 10, Abel Gonzalez.
Brad Johnson, 5 2/3 innings. That was his first walk of the contest. He also given up 4 hits and struck out 5 on 85 pitches. You'd imagine this is his last inning. That is Chrisman warming up for the Merchants. Move to first, and a pretty big lead there by Yonakura, but able to get back safely. On deck, Hayden Matre, the designated hitter. This pitch, it's a called strike, evening the count at 1-1. A little bit of quick research on the Luis Castillo issue, as Mariners manager Scott Service asking Dusty Baker not to pitch the Mariners ace after he was not named the All-Star game starter. I want to keep an inning off of him, as he'll probably pitch one of the first game or 2 out of the break. So the Mariners hosting a 10-game series, what could be pivotal as they look to get back to the playoffs. This pitch missing low, 3-1. was a shame to not see all your starters or all your players get into the game in an all-star game that you're hosting, though. It's a bit of a shame. Time called. Gunnar Shotani climbs up the mound and chats with his starter, as Easton Chrisman appears ready in case he's needed. Good chance this is the last batter for Brad Johnson. 3-1 count, 2 away. And Abel Gonzalez, lefty third baseman, climbs in. Here's the 3-1, upstairs, ball 4. And here comes Harold Pyatt up to the top step. Time called. And appears we're going to get a pitching change. We'll have the moves when we come back. Merchants on top, 6-0. Welcome back. Easton Chrisman, the new pitcher for the Everett Merchants, 4 appearances, all in relief. 13 and a third innings pitched. He's given up 9 runs, all earned on 15 hits, 6 walks, 7 strikeouts, 2.0 ERA, and a 6.07 ERA. He induces a swinging strike by Hayden Matre, who struck out twice, once called and once swinging. No runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Honkers. Merchants, 6 runs, 10 hits, and an error. And that pitch up and in for ball 1. Brad Johnson responsible for both runners on, but a sterling outing. 5 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up 4 hits and 2 walks, 5 strikeouts on 90 pitches. Here's the 1-1, fouled back into the screen, 1-2. And a quick mound visit by Shotani. Amir Sablobda heading out to the bullpen. Former pro, flamethrower for the Merchants. 1-2, 2 away. Here's the pitch. It's low, 2-2. 2-2, 2 on, 2 away here in the top of the 6th inning. Chrisman looking to preserve the shutout. And this is a blooper. It's going to drop in front of Kai Alberghini. They're going to send the runner. The throw to the plate is not in time, and the Honkers pick up a run. Charge that run to Brad Johnson. It's 6-1 Merchants over the Honkers. Gonzalez on at third. Matre on at first base, and lefty first baseman Cameron Padron on to bat for the Honkers, and a called strike, 0-1. Amir warming up in the Merchants bullpen. Flame throwing right-hander. This pitch low and away, 1-1. Number 13's been worn by a number of pitchers for the Merchants this season. Most recently by Josh Berry in his start on Sunday. 1-1. Here's the pitch. A little outside, 2-1. This is why you will always add on when you can. You never know. This Honkers offense is about as long as you can be in Collegiate Summer League. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. It's a defensive swing, foul. Tell you what, I'm not sure if the hit and run was on or not, but I would have taken that pitch. That was a great break by Matre. Yackley on deck. Merchants sending the top of their order up in the home sixth, and the count runs full. Chrisman missing low. And ball four, just low. And the bases are loaded. Kendall Yackley climbs in 0 for 2, grounded into a double play in the second, and reached on an error by Van Rinsum in the fifth. Soup warming up still for the Merchants. Got a start for Everett a few seasons ago, so he might be able to go a couple here if needed. Hasn't pitched yet this summer. Pitch missing, 1-0. Or rather, excuse me, that was a called strike. Here's the 0-1. It's a soft grounder to Lundberg, and this should do it. Over to first base in time for the outs. Merchants leave, or rather Strands, the bases loaded. Charge one run to Brad Johnson, but that is all as we head to the home sixth inning. Honkers get a run, but still trail the Merchants by 5. Welcome back. Nate Rasmussen still on the mound for the Honkers. as Jordan Justin climbs in 2 for 2 with a walk. The top of the order for the Merchants has been unbelievable tonight. 7 hits in 10 at-bats for the top 4 guys in the order, and add on a walk by Jordan Justice to called strike. A walk by Jordan Justice and by Jack Johnson, excuse me. Only 3 outs, and they've reached 9 times. This pitch inside, 0-1-1. And a well-hit ball down the left field line. It's going to get down, but it'll be foul into the bullpen. Merchants have got to feel like they've left a little bit out there. Stranding 6 base runners tonight. Here's the 1-2. Well inside. Did that hit Justice? Not quite. 2-2. From the stretch, Rasmussen winds and delivers. The pitch is upstairs. Fills the count at 3-2. The payoff pitch on the way. It's well away. Second walk of the afternoon for Jordan Justice, who's reached 4 times in his first 4 plate appearances.
Now batting number 14, Gunnar Shotani.
Here comes Gunnar Shotani, first game in the top half of the lineup. He's batting second, 2 for 3 tonight with an RBI and a run scored. He singled and doubled. Merchants looking for more. Here's the pitch. Called strike. Ooh, and that's going to hit Shotani. He'll get aboard. 3rd time reaching tonight for the Merchant catcher. And there's 2 aboard with nobody out.
Now batting number 19, Kai Alberghini.
Alberghini 1 for 3 tonight. The least productive of the top 4. And he's been playing quite well. Single and a run scored with an RBI back in the first. Here's the pitch. Well hit, but foul. Clangs into the stands. Merchants back in action tomorrow night for the final regular season home game. First pitch 7:05 against the Dub C Fish Sticks. Here's the 0-1. Slow breaking ball misses outside. 1-1. Rasmussen delivers the 1-1. It's a called strike. Borderline pitch there. See if Alberghini can drive one the other way. Runners go. Swing and a miss. No throw to third. Kai Alberghini strikes out swinging. But a stolen base for Jordan Justice. And now he's safe at second base. Sure looks like time was called. I'm not sure what happened there. But I'm going to take a stolen base away, unfortunately. I have no idea what happened. I was looking down at my scorecard, so I'll have to watch that one back later. This ball gets away low to Jack Johnson. 1-0. That is, folks, if any of you happen to be watching when that happened, is me and our PA announcer were looking at our scorecards at the moment. Feel free to drop that in the comments, but that's a peculiar play, to say the least. 1-0, and it's a swing and a miss. Good breaking ball by Rasmussen. One away, and instead of runners on the corners, there's runners on first and second. Can't say I've ever seen anything like that. Johnson 2 for 2, single and a double, pair of RBIs and a run scored. He walked in the fourth. A lot of action at second. 1-1. Bounces away. Wild pitch will advance both runners, and it doesn't matter anymore. Net positive for the Merchants, although that would have been a run perhaps. Good speed on at third now, and the double play off. So Merchants looking for any way to drive in a run, and the infield is in for a potential play at the plate. Rasmussen, swing and a miss by Jack Johnson. It's 2-2. Any out but a strikeout is okay. If you hit it hard enough, you're going to score a run. 2-2. Bounces in. Payoff coming. Foul ball. Payoff coming. The 3-2. It's a well-hit ball into the left center field gap. On the run, it's going to get down for a base hit. Sell will throw it in. Yackley cuts off the second base. Not in time. Stand up. 2-run double for Jack Johnson. He's 3 for 3 with a walk. What a night for Jack Johnson. Top of the lineup, keeps it moving. It's 8-1. And all of that weirdness on the base paths, none of it matters. As those runners come around to score, it'll bring Will Heron up. One of two men without a base hit for the Merchants. And this one's in on the hands, but a called strike. Goodness. Oh for 3 with the strikeout for Will. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball. And a comment by Rick Heron about that situation on the base pass. We'll get to it after this pitch. The 1-1. Fouled off. So comment by Rick Heron saying Jordan thought the strike 3 was a foul ball, so he wandered back to second base and was caught in a rundown when everyone figured out he was supposed to be at third. So caught in a rundown before time called. It makes sense. It happens from time to time. You hate to see it as a coach, but it all worked out in the end. The 1-2 is fouled off, and Heron in a bit of pain. Bo Blacken will wander over and Harold Pyatt out of the dugout. Corey Acklett's coming too as he's still down. We're going to step away. Merchants on top, 8-1, bottom of the 6th. Welcome back. Will Heron climbing back in. Fouled that ball off his shin. Is in a bit of pain. Tested out. Thinks he's good to go. So we'll see if he makes his way back to first base in the top half of the 7th, or if Harold Pyatt will choose to be a bit more conservative with this 8-1 lead. 2-2 now on the first baseman. And it's a well-hit ball to center field. Inomoto has got it for out number 2.
Now batting number 33, Keaton Fisher.
Keaton Fisher in left field. He's 1 for 3 tonight, and should Heron have to leave the game, he's running well, so I don't think he will, but if he is, then likely the move would be to put Keaton Fisher at first base. Two-way runner on at second base, and Jack Johnson. 8-1 Merchant lead. Here's the pitch. It's a ball inside, 1-0. It's a pitcher warming for the Honkers. 1-0. Here's the pitch. It's a called strike. That one was more outside. That one looked a little more inside than the previous pitch. Rasmussen, 1-1. Glove near his belt. Checks the runner and delivers. The 1-1 pitch is low, 2-1. C.J. Blowers warming up for the Northwest Honkers. Two-one. Fisher takes down low, skips in. 3-1 now on the left fielder. Aiden Van Rensselaer on deck, 2 for 3 with a hit, or excuse me, 1 for 3 with a pair of RBIs. Popped it up. Yonakura out, charging in and making the spectacular diving play is Jordan Yackley. Perhaps a bit unnecessary. Yonakura might have had a better chance of that ball, but an out regardless. And that will retire the side. We head to the top of the 7th inning. Merchants pick up another 2 runs. 8-1 lead. Welcome back. Will Sell batting for the Northwest Honkers here in the top of inning number 7. Will Heron is still in the game at first base. We are very happy to see that after taking a nasty foul ball off the inside of his left leg. Will Sell climbs in 0 for 2 tonight. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 5th, struck out in the 2nd, as Easton Chrisman remains in the contest for the Merchants. Gabe Smith now stretching out for Everett in the bullpen. Couple pitchers throwing for the Honkers as well. We'll get you their numbers when it gets a little closer to their half of the inning. Called strike. Looks like Justin Becerro joining C.J. Blowers warming up, number 37. This ball missing outside, 2-1. Chrisman pitching well. Recording the final out of the last frame. Gave up a hit and a walk, but was able to get out with minimal damage. But this ball is tattooed to center field. Jordan Justice on a full sprint. It'll be over his head and all the way to the wall. Got to be quick with it. Justice throws it in, cut off, and a foot-first slide into third base. Lead-off triple for Will Sell, his first base hit of the night. And the Honkers in business quickly. Sixth hit for the Honkers. Yackley up 0 for 2. He struck out swinging back in the fifth. Swing and a miss. Ball away. Only game in action tonight in the PIL. Swing and a miss. Chrisman ground ball. It's going to score a run, but Van Rinsum's throw across the diamonds in time for the out. RBI ground out for Jaden Yackley, and the Honkers pick up a run.
Now batting number 16, Tommy Lindgren.
Lindgren up to bat for the Honkers. 1 for 2 with a single. He was erased after he was caught napping on the base path. Got all the way to second base before he realized that Jordan Justice had made the play in center field and was pretty easily doubled up at first base. Justice was also his demise in the sixth with a diving play to end the frame. The 1-0 on the way. Ooh, and that one hits him. Square in the back. And a new base runner for the Honkers.
Now batting number 31, Ryuna Kanemoto.
Ryuya Iamoto, center fielder, 0 for 3 tonight. So the Merchants looking to keep the Honkers at bay. Honkers have scored 1 in each of the last 2 innings. This ball missing. Honkers scoring their first run on a Hayden Matre single back in the 6th. And an RBI ground out by Jaden Yackley brought them within 6. Umpire at second base having a few words with Easton Chrisman. Not really sure what that was about, but all seems well and good. Inamoto will swing and lift this one high into center field. Justice makes the play for out number 1, or rather, out number 2.
Yeah, Blue was still 1 out.
Sorry, folks, scoreboard got a bit behind.
Now batting number 6, Hiroaki Yonakura.
So my eyes went up to the scoreboard, which I'm also running tonight, so I should have known there was already an out in the frame. But back on track now, 2 away. Here's the pitch. It's outside to Yonakura. Yonakura tonight 1 for 2 with a single. He was thrown out at third base on a steal attempt. He walked and scored in the 6th. 26 pitches for Chrisman. This will be 27. Even 13 strikes, 13 balls. Good move to first, but not in time. That ball gets through Sound like caught a piece of the glove, so we'll call it a pass ball. 2-0, runner in scoring position. Amir keeps warming up for the Merchants. Gabe Smith up as well. 2-0, here it is. High, foul, out of play. Chrisman, 1 run on 2 hits, a walk through an inning pitched. Here's the 2-1. It's up and foul. We'll do it again. '30th pitch of the appearance coming up for Chrisman. Relief pitcher likely nearing the end of his workload, although it's he's a bit more stretched out than most relievers. This ball fouled. It'll get down the third base line. Two away. This one fouled again. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up. The 2-2 is a soft grounder. Van Rinsum's got it. The throw across is a low one, but it's in time for the outs. Honkers pick up another one, but the Merchants still lead it 8-2. Welcome back. New pitcher for the Northwest Honkers is number 33, C.J. Blowers. And Van Rinsum will lead off. Short delay for a mound visit between Lindgren and Blowers. 5 appearances, 2 starts, and a complete game for Blowers on the year. 22 innings pitched. He's given up 7 runs, only 5 earned. on 22 hits, 3 walks, and 21 strikeouts. 21 strikeouts to 3 walks is a pretty good ratio. 5-0 record. He's collected the win in all of his starts, or rather all of his appearances. As first of all misses to Van Rinsum, and his ERA, a pretty good 2.04. Hard to get better than that. As this ball is destroyed out to left, way gone. That clears the scoreboard in left field. Van Rinsum extends the Merchant advantage. It's now 9-2. First pitch, or rather second pitch of the outing for Blowers, and it's gone. That ball cleared the scoreboard and left. Westerlund climbs in looking for his first hit of the afternoon. It's a swing and a miss. 9 runs on 12 hits and a single error by the Merchants. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Honkers. The 0-1, called strike. Oh, 2 on the way. Westerlund takes it inside. 1-2. Yosmani Milo comments, go Zaya. Zaya not playing tonight, unfortunately, for the Merchants. He will be starting, says Harold Pyatt, in tomorrow's contest against the Fish Sticks. Zaya, a valuable center fielder and a great bat as well. The 2-2 on the way. It's a called strike 3. Westerlund's arguing a bit with the home plate umpire. Always a bit of a risky strategy to tell the home plate umpire where that pitch was, but able to get away with it. 9-2 Merchant lead. This pitch is a called strike. Wow. Braden Lundberg can't believe it. That ball was in the lefty batter's box. The 0-1. It was closer to the zone and called a ball. Fouled off. One, 2, 1 away. The pitch is well outside. Lindgren having to jump over to make that play. You never know tonight. The 1-2 is swung and fouled. Or rather, the 2-2 fouled off. And strike 3 called. Back-to-back batters by the Merchants called out on strikes, and neither particularly happy on their walk back to the dugout. Can't blame either of them. Jordan Justice climbs in. He's 2 for 2 with a pair of walks, pair of singles, and 3 runs scored. This pitch is low and inside. Here's the 1-0. It's outside. 2-0. And popped up. playable for Padron. He'll make the play. 3 up, 3 down for the Merchants. Couple questionable strike 3 calls as we head to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Time to stretch. Merchants on top, 9-2. Welcome back, top of the 8th inning. Samir Sepulveda makes his grand return to the Everett Merchants. Soup, as they like to call him, makes his way to the mound with a 7-run lead, relieving Brad Johnson through Easton Chrisman as Abel Gonzalez climbs up, and his ball lined into center field over the glove of Aiden Van Rinsum for a base hit.
Now batting number 28, Hayden Matre.
Hayden Matre climbs in, designated hitter, looking to get something going here in the top of the 8th inning. Merchants on top, 9-2. Amir looks in from the stretch and delivers. Pitch is a call, strike. Fastball slider pitcher with good velocity. Him and Luis Rivera likely the top 2 velo guys on this squad. Amir rivaling Luis's velocity when he's on. We'll see how stretched out he is. His first appearance of the season. This pitch is a ball upstairs. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Just away. Fills the count, 3-2. In all levels of the minor leagues, between the Mexican leagues and the American minors. In 101 games, 7.73 ERA, 100 and 2/3 innings pitched, and that ball missed Not sure where that pitch was, but there's 2 on with nobody out for Cameron Padron. Padron 1 for 2 tonight with a walk. ...101 games pitched, only 15 starts. Struck out 91, walked 75. From the stretch, 2 away, nobody out here in the top of the 8th inning, and this ball is lined into left field for a base hit. Fisher's got it, and stop signs applied, bases loaded, nobody out for the Honkers. It'll bring up Kendall Yackley. Josh Berry shouting to his pitcher, calming him down. When Soup is on, he's on. But he had a couple of bad appearances in his last stretch with the Merchants. One of them was a start. A strikeout pitcher, good opportunity to work out a jam here. Corners playing in. Here's the pitch. It's a little pop-up. And Heron makes the play! The third! Double play! How about that to help your pitcher out?
Now batting number 24, Will Sell.
2 away. Will Sell up to bat. How about it, Will Heron? Soup delivers, and it's popped foul, out of play behind home plate. Oh, 1. Soup from the stretch. 2 aboard for the Honkers. Threat's not gone by any means. But a spectacular double play by Will Heron gives the Merchants a bit of breathing room. Gabe Smith warming up in the pen. He'll be ready for the 9th as this pitch misses up and in. Tell you what, though, Merchants might be a bit careful using all their relievers. You don't expect the Honkers to come back, but man, this is the last true pitcher that you have tonight. It's in the bullpen. Here's the 1-1. And excuse me, you do still have Jordan Piper. As that pitch gets through, wild pitch. Everybody advances. Good lead for the Merchants still. But the length of this Honkers lineup, they can just keep churning out quality at bats and keep the line moving. So you want to get the outs when you can. Here's a good chance. 2-1, and it's a ground ball. Van Rinsum, he's got it. Throw across the diamond, and it's in time for out number 3. Put a star by the Will Heron double play, and the Merchants get out of the jam. We head to the home 8th. Merchants on top 9-2. Welcome back, home eighth. Gunnar Shotani climbs in to face Justin Besserell, relief pitcher for the Northwest Honkers. 7 appearances, 13 innings, all in relief. He's given up 15 runs, 11 earned on 19 hits, 11 walks, 13 strikeouts, an 0-1 record, and a 7.61 ERA. First pitch misses low, and we are underway in the bottom of the eighth. Gunnar Shotani 2 for 3 tonight with a single and a double. He's scored a pair of runs and driven in an RBI. He's been hit by a pitch as well. 2-0 now to the catcher, hitting in the 2-hole tonight. Gabe Smith warming up. He'll likely pitch the ninth. 2-0. Little low. 3-0. One of the more interesting zones we've seen this season. Called strike of the knees. On deck, Kai Alberghini, 1 for 4, and Jack Johnson on deck. In the hole. He's 3 for 3 with a walk and 4 RBIs. It's a high chopper to third. It's foul. Corey Ackles chatting with a member of the Honkers coaching staff over at first base. Gabe Smith continues to warm. It's a hard hit ball right to second base. Yona Kura sucks it up for out number 1.
Now batting number 19, Kai Alberghini.
Kyle Bergini climbs in with a 9-2 lead over the Northwest Honkers. Merchants would be alone in second place and only a game behind the Seattle Blackfins with a win in tonight's game. This pitch is a high chopper. Going to be a tough play. The throw is not in time. Kendall Yackley couldn't get it out of his glove in time. It would have been a tough play anyways. It's a base hit to shortstop for Kyle Bergini, his second of the night. Here's the man of the hour. Jack Johnson anchors the defense for this Merchant team. On the best third base gloves you'll see at this level of baseball. He's 3 for 3 tonight. Pair of doubles to center field and a single to left. Or rather, infield single to shortstop. A run scored and 4 RBIs. Let's see if we can add on here. It's big hack and a miss. 0-1. Oh, and 1. Up and in. Besserell chasing Johnson off the plate. And upstairs, 2-1. Will Heron on deck, 0 for 4 tonight, but a pretty spectacular night in the field. Heron, one of 2 players without a hit tonight. Him and Westerland. Runner goes. It's a swing and a miss. The throw down not even close to in time. Stolen base for Kai Alberghini. The count does run even at 2-2. The guy you want up with a runner in scoring position. We'll see if the Merchants can get to double digits. Here's the 2-2. And it's a well-hit ball. Is short off the glove. And Jack Johnson's going to reach on an error.
Now batting for 37, Will Heron.
Jack Johnson reaching 4 times tonight, 5 times tonight rather. 3 hits, 1 walk, and an error. And Will Heron climbs up one of the 2 Merchants without reaching safely tonight. We'll see if he can make that only 1 here. Only 1 away. Runners on the corners for Johnson, or for Heron rather. Johnson, good lead. He takes off. He's got that stolen without a throw. What a play. This Merchant coaching staff has Besserell dialed in, and I don't think that they're too impressed with his time to home. Here's the 1-0. Outside. Ooh, called strike. Borderline pitch going the way of Besserell. Gabe Smith continues to stay warm. On deck, Keaton Fisher. 2 on in scoring position, 1-1 the count. It's a high fly ball down the first base line. Trailing foul, it'll get out of play. 1-2. Besserell waits for his fielders to get back in place. Will Heron climbs back in. Looking to avoid going 0 for 5 tonight. Good opportunity to pick up a couple RBIs. Here's the 1-2. It's a pop-up. It's going to get foul. Trailing out of play. It will get there. Heron battling. Down 1-2. It's a good breeze blowing out towards left. Just throwing it out there. Get one up in the air, see what happens. And that's going to be a pinch hitter on deck. Anthony Andrews will pinch hit for Keaton Fisher. This pitch is a well-hit ball in the right center field gap. Yackley trailing over, and tagging are the runners. They will both advance, and a sacrifice fly for Will Heron. Merchants make it 10-0. This is number 10, Anthony Andrews, pinch hitting for the Everett Merchants.
Now batting number 10, Anthony Andrews.
First pitch to Andrews is outside. Merchants on top 10-0 or 10-2. And that pitch, oh my. We're going to step aside. That pitch hitting Andrews and the home plate umpire will have runners on the corners. Welcome back. Merchants with runners on the corners and a 10-2 lead over the Northwest Honkers. A bit of a scary situation. That ball hitting Anthony Andrews and then getting a big piece of the home plate umpire who took a ugly spill, but he's okay, back up, and calling the game behind the plate. 2 outs and a swing and a miss by Aiden Van Rinsum, who's 2 for 4 tonight with a triple and a home run. Moved to first base, nothing doing. Oh, 1 the count to Van Rinsum. Ball in the dirt, 1-1. Van Rinsen would love to give Cade Westerland one more swing of the bat. Victim of a couple pretty questionable strike calls in his last at bat. Andrews on at first base. Here's the 1-1. It's a called strike. Gabe Smith looks on from the bullpen. He's up next to bat. This is a well hit ball to center field. Inamoto will watch it fly. It's off the wall. And Anthony Andrews will get the stop sign. Foot first slide as he rocks home another run, 11-2. In comes Westerland. Designated hitter for the Merchants tonight, batting 8th. 0 for 4 with a pair of strikeouts. Last one was quite the controversy. 2 in scoring position. This pitch is low and away. Last Merchant who hasn't reached safely or driven in a run. Here's the 1-0. And this one's fouled off. Evens count at 1-1. Big offensive output tonight. 3 in the first, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 2 in the sixth, 1 in the seventh, and 2 so far here in the home 8th. Both teams with an error. 2 runs on 7 hits for the Honkers. 11 runs on 13 base hits for the Merchants. And that ball low and away, 2-1. Well outside, 3-1. On deck, second baseman Braden Lundberg, 1 for 4. Just in case he's needed. I'd love to see Westerland get a hold of one here. Through a 3-1 on the way. It's a well-hit ball down the left field line. It's going to get down for a base hit. 2 runs are going to score. Westerland digging for second. He'll get there standing. And way to break out. 2 RBI double down the left field line. 8 Merchants with a hit, 9 with an RBI, and 9 have reached. And a pinch hitter for Braden Lundberg. This is Jonah Schull.
Now batting number 4, Jonah Schull.
Jonah Schull pinch hitting, getting some work as he's been away from the team a bit lately. Was unable to make it up to the tournament in Grand Forks. Schull batting .357 in 5 games for the Merchants this year, including a triple as that ball is low and inside for ball 1. 4 walks in those 5 games as well. So a productive at bat for the Merchants. Expect to see those pinch hitters replacing their counterparts in the field in their respective positions. Yackley, the throw across is in time. He was able to get back to the bag for the out. Merchants pick up 4 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning and lead the Honkers by a score of 11-2 as we head to the top of the 9th inning. Merchants looking to hold on. They lead by 11.
27, Jaden Yackley.
Welcome back. Jaden Yackley leading things off for the Northwest Honkers. 0 for 3 with a ground-out RBI and a strikeout. New pitcher for the Merchants is Gabe Smith, making his third appearance for Everett. His first two were both in relief. 4 innings pitched. He's yet to give up a run. No hits so far in 4 innings and only 1 walk. 5 strikeouts, a 1-0 record, and obviously a spotless ERA called strike 0-1. Tommy Lindgren on deck, followed by Inamoto, barring a pinch hitter. That ball is laced down the left field line for a base hit. Anthony Andrews there to cut it off. The throw in will be cut off by Van Rinsum for a single, leading off the inning.
16, Tommy Lindgren.
Tommy Lindgren climbs in. He's 1 for 2. He's been hit by a pitch. Was erased on an 8-3 double play, the rare 8-3 double play. 2 runs on 8 hits for the Honkers. 13 runs on 14 hits for Everett. An error aside. Here's the 0-1. It's low and inside. First hit allowed for Gabe Smith all season in his 5th inning of work. Modest lead for Yackley. The 1-1. Called. Strike in the knees. Ground ball foul. And that is a pinch hitter. Will come in for Inamoto. Gunnar Graves will pinch hit. One-two to Lindgren. Runner goes. It's a ground ball foul. Gunnar Graves pinch hitting up next. As we're going to update the score and on our broadcast, it is 13-2, not 11-2. Apologies for the delay. Gunnar Graves, 4 hits in 7 games, batting .174. This pitch low, 2-2. Runner goes, a swing and a miss. The throw down is not in time.
Now batting number 2, Gunnar Graves.
1 away for Gunnar Graves. Graves, 173 hitter, and home plate umpire out to talk with Gabe Smith as there's a couple conferences going on. Martin Lawrence talking to Gunnar Graves, who gives a baseball back to the home plate umpire, and looks like we're back underway. Inamoto's night's over. He was 0 for 4. We'll have a pinch hitter for Yonakura as well. Shane Vaught. Runner on at second base is Yackley. 1 away. Here's the pitch to Graves. It's a called strike. Low and away. 1-1. One away. 13-2 lead. Here's the pitch. Called strike. Honkers with only 2 outs to work with. They need 11 runs to tie. It's big swing and a miss. Lazy breaking ball gets Graves. And there are 2 away. Honkers down to their final out. Oh, excuse me.
Number 40, Shane Vaught.
Shane Vaught pinch hitting for Hiroaka Yonakura. Yonakura was 1 for 3 with a walk. Vaught 188 on the season. And a called strike. Ball low, 1-1. It's a chopper foul. And the Honkers are down to their final strike. Abel Gonzalez will hit for himself. He's on deck. 2 runs on 9 base hits for the Northwest Honkers. 13 runs on 14 base hits for the Merchants. Each side has an error. Here's the 1-2. It's a call! Strike 3! And that's how the game will end. Merchants take this one by a wide margin, 13-2. Merchants over the Northwest Honkers, and they will take the game and pull within a single game of the Seattle Blackfins and put themselves ahead of the deadlock for second place we had entering tonight's game. Merchants now 10-4 in conference play. They'll be a full game, or they'll be a half a game ahead. The Northwest Honkers and the Dub C Fish Sticks, they are both, or rather, the Dub C Fish Sticks are at 10-5. The Northwest Honkers now a full game behind the Merchants at 10-6 in league play. Lots to play for still as we go down the stretch. We hope you join us tomorrow night here in Everett, either live on YouTube or live in person, for the final home game of the season. Merchants taking on the Dub C Fish Sticks. That game starting at 7:05. Until then, I'm Sean O'Connor, voice of the Everett Merchants. Have a good night.